Slayer to me is one of those bands that I always, heavy metal music kind of saved my life. There's so many times when I was at the bottom, alone, whatever, didn't fit in as a kid, being a metalhead, not understanding why, you know what I mean? And then you hear heavy metal and you're like, oh, I'm just hanging out with the wrong people. Slayer's one of those bands that I just gravitated toward when I was very really young. Show No Mercy, Party in the Chapel, Rain of Blood, South of Heaven. Those records changed my life. Literally standing at the record store, door the day that those records came out. Run in and grab them with your friends, and you go out in the car and you put it in, and you listen to it top to bottom. You know what I mean? Then you play it again, and drive home to it. King Diamond, them. And it was huge record for me. Merciful Fate also. So it's pretty cool. That song just kind of sang to me. You know what I mean? And I do believe that there's a point where you catch lightning in a bottle and the song's kind of writing itself. You're just guiding it. I have these little wrestling matches in my head about how much I want to put out there. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want to say that? Do you really want to put it out there? Because you're just you have to show them something, and then you're going to have to see their reaction, whether they're going to embrace it or whether they're just going to, stab you. But you're not going to know, and you're not going to be able to build that relationship unless you do it. So it's like kind of the way I get to is A, I want to be honest in my music, and B, it's like if I'm sitting there wrestling that hard with myself about wanting to tell this story, it couldn't have only happened to me. There has to be somebody else out there that's going through that. And I think that the whole overall, like the mantra of that song is "You're not alone." That "You're not alone" line. That's a very powerful line because going through that part of my life or whatever, I did feel alone. And I think a lot of people that are in that situation, they see it happening. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't want to disrupt the family. You know what I mean? So it's like, as fucked up as it is, they keep quiet about it, or maybe they don't have anyone to tell. And if they did have someone to tell, what happens if you tell someone the way the world works? Sometimes you come in, they yank you out, they put you in a foster home, your mom and dad are gone, you know what I mean? And it completely breaks the family. So they keep quiet and they just deal with it rather than, speaking out about it or telling somebody that they can trust about it to kind of keep it within the family and stuff, and maybe have some sort of an intervention. I think that what I kind of want to do is just to provoke that, because I'm quite sure that happens in the metal community, and we're here to protect each other. You know what I mean? I think, I fully believe in metal family and metal community, and I think that we are here to help each other. And I think that if I can say that there is somebody that does do that, that is an abuser on some level or whatever, that is a fan of the band or something like that, maybe the song helps create a sort of personal intervention with themselves, to where that for every action there's a reaction, right? So like some shit goes down, if something gets heavy or whatever, if I can provoke to somebody that listens to our music that second thought, like, hold on a second, you know what I mean? That 1 second of, you know what I mean? Maybe there's something between here and there that resonates in them, and they go, count to 10, walk out of the room. I mean, come on. I mean, I've been in fucking heated, fights, and everybody has its in a relationship and stuff like that. We don't do that. You know what I mean? There's other ways to handle it, and I really think the best thing to do is sometimes you just have to leave the room. You have to leave and just separate. Calmer heads and cooler heads will prevail, and that song to me is, part of my story, part of my past, and I think that it's really, I can't thank no more enough for coming on. HELLYEAH started as an experiment. We just got in the garage and just started bashing out tunes. And then it became a band, you know what I mean? And then doing that and Mudvayne together, I had to keep them very separate. Mudvayne had more like deeper and the more thought-provoking themes and stuff like that. HELLYEAH kind of needed to be that kind of like raunchy, kind of nasty heavy metal, kind of garage rock kind of thing. or whatever. So like I had to kind of like put on my hell yeah hat and like kind of write from a different place. But the more kind of line that's been let out of Mudvayne, this is what I am. I'm a metal singer. That's what I want to do, and I enjoy writing more thought-provoking, darker, you know, stuff, more personal stuff, deeper meanings. You know what I mean? I enjoy that. I think that Hell Yeah was just in a different place when we wrote Drink, Drink, Drunk. Hell Yeah was still kind of in that figuring out what Hell Yeah was, and I think it's taken us a few records to really. I think it took to kind of Band of Brothers for us. But everything happens like that chain of events happened for us to have that moment of realization where we're like, I want to be in and play with one of my all-time favorite heavy metal drummers, one of my icons, you know what I mean? Like I play in a band with one of my fucking heroes. So I want to play heavy metal, you know. And Tom was always one of my favorite metal guitar players, you know, from Nothing Face. From the Nothing Face days, and I toured with him in the early Mudvayne days, you know what I mean? So it's like, and I loved his playing, and I wanted to play metal with these two dudes. So like Band of Brothers is where we really kind of, everything started to become a little more clear, the definition of what Hell Yeah meant. When we hit Blood for Blood, you know, we made the lineup changes, and that all kind of happened right on the doorstep of creating Blood for Blood. Man, we really leaned on each other. I mean, me and Tom and Vinny, and you know, Kevin Churko, the producer, fucking amazing guy. Blood for Blood was that defining moment of like, okay, you know, Blood for Blood was also the first record that's ever been produced by a producer. All I ask is that people give us a chance. We're very honest, very truthful in what we do, what we create, what we deliver. We bring a lot of excitement. So you know what? Leave your fucking problems and just check your life at the door. And just come in and let's share this fucking moment. Losing your shit, let go completely, and just allow yourself to kind of fall into the fucking awesomeness that is music.